Some Sierra Nevada 2022 Optimum Triple IPA. Oh. What? 11%. Yep. Okay. You ready, Spencer?
Yeah.
I've been out of the
beer game.
Been out of the beer game, so I'm gonna go big and have two.
Been out of the game for quite a while.
You saw Optimum Triple 2022.
It's not bad.
That's good. It's been a while. It's been a long while. I am slow to my recovery, but I'll enjoy beer. Like I was just saying, Dungeons and Dragons is now on Paramount. Really good movie. I think you'll enjoy the hell out of it. You probably saw Quantumania, didn't you? No, you didn't?
No.
Disney Plus. I don't know what the big deal is. People are all up in arms about it.
I've learned to kind of go be your own judge.
Yeah,
because a lot of times you see a review and it's like it's trash, and you go. I mean, it's the same with video games. It's like it's trash, and you go play, and you're like, this is actually pretty decent.
Exactly. And then Shazam: Fury of the Gods is on. What did I say? HBO.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Max.
Yes.
Gotta change it. That came over. I didn't think that was bad either. I enjoyed it. I think both Quantumania and the new Shazam are very... Just because people... It's the same as it's been. If you enjoyed the other ones, you'll enjoy it. It's the same, you know?
Just make sure to delete it out of your mind soon, because it's not going to count.
Exactly. Well, there's a big guest star in Shazam, too, that you'll see.
Okay.
And it's just like, wow. And there was one that I guess they took out that I heard, being Henry Cavill. But there's a big guest star, which I thought was really good. But... So it's been a while.
Yeah.
How you been besides that? Meh.
Our world's crumbling around us, so, you know. Yay.
Insert the big fire background. We're okay.
This is fine.
As you drink a beer. This is fine. But sorry, I had to go and or cut our weekend short by falling on my head. What do you say to that? It'll be a while.
Shame on you.
Shame on you. I can lift my arm that high. That's what I got right now, which is good. I can actually move my arms. I can hold 12 ounces.
What's the max right now?
What?
Like how much weight you can hold?
About this.
Oh.
I'm not allowed to. They haven't given me a weight, so I'm keeping it under 5 pounds. You know, I have lifted the cat, which is 10 pounds. So, but I always try to keep it next to my body. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Not extending, not picking up.
I haven't seen many movies here recently. I've been playing more games than.
What game were you playing? You were talking about?
I just finished. I'm doing like little collection things or whatever. Jedi Survivor.
Yes. Are you enjoying it?
That was.
You're gonna have to help me on the other one.
Which one?
The first Jedi Survivor.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because I'm stuck with the Night Sister, I think it is.
And what's funny is, I mean, spoilers, but you defeat her in that one.
Yeah.
But you don't kill her.
And she comes back.
She's in the second one. It's the first. It's the first boss you fight.
Oh God! Really? I heard though you can customize Cal.
Yeah.
They said you can give him a mullet. And, And so a lot of people are having fun with that.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, because it did suck in the first one because you just get ponchos.
Yeah. And that one in this one you have to earn the poncho.
Mm.
You have to go fight. It's a pretty pain in the rear end boss because he has a one shot kill even if you got a full life bar.
Oh.
He's like a big frog looking thing and he'll grab you with his tongue and kill you instantly and it's like, come on.
Did you ever get into Redfall? Because you told me about Redfall.
Yeah, I haven't. No, I haven't yet. I'm gonna.
Still haven't.
Yeah, I'm going to though. Like I said, I just finished Jedi Survivor.
I've been sitting there stuck on Forza 5 Horizons. I've got the Game Pass till November. So I've been sitting there, that's what I put on my request list for hopefully Christmas for my birthday. Because I'm collecting the heck out of cars and customizing them.
I want to play, my next one that I really want to get is Tears of the Kingdom, the new Zelda game.
Oh.
I don't know if you've seen any of the videos of that. So one of the things you can do in that is you can take different objects and you can put them together to make different things. And a lot of the videos right now are very phallic. Oh. They're pretty funny, but...
Now, you go to St. Vincent sometimes?
Mm-hmm.
Have you been out to 2nd and Charles?
Mm-hmm.
You know where the Chick-fil-A is out there?
Yes.
Behind that, the CVS. Right next to CVS is a place called 2nd and Charles. It is a bookstore. Used and new books. When you walk in, there's a manga section, and then there's the comics. It's got Marvel, Independent, that. Then it's got all sorts of stuff in the back. They've got actually game section, and you get cheaper prices. It's actually, we went in there, I was just diving through, and they had actual comic books in the middle. Like some comics, I was like, they're only $1. You can't find that in the comic book store.
No.
Action figures, all that stuff, collectibles, They had movies, they had a movie section, DVD section, record section. I was like, this is my kind of store.
Okay. I'm wanting the next couple weeks.
Do you have that magnet, honey? Or was that for Kyle?
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
To remind you?
No.
Well, I'm not telling you what it is.
Are you recording?
Yes, I'm recording. Do you think he watches? This is not going to go out today. Stop. Kyle. Guess what it is? I don't know. It's an inside joke between you guys.
We're getting a Del Taco out there.
Yeah, I saw that. I was like, she's really happy about that because coming from California.
It's a couple weeks out. They're going to be finished or whatever, so... I think you made her angry.
I wouldn't like her when she's angry. I didn't make her angry because I didn't spoil anything. But you should check when you're out there. Look for 2nd and Charles. I think you'd enjoy the store.
Okay.
Good prices too, which is what I like. Like around the register, they have more collectible stuff. You know what I'm saying?
So is it kind of like almost like an FYE kind of deal, or
kind of like, but different.
Okay.
Because FYE kind of lost its luster for me.
Yeah.
It's a bigger building, so there's a lot more. It's kind of like FYE meets a Books A Million, maybe.
Okay.
Cheaper prices.
Which is also always awesome.
Yes. Because, as you can tell, we like stuff.
Yeah.
I can actually pick my arm up this high. Let's go. See if this works. Seen this on TikTok. Okay. I'll slowly lift it up. You can go a little faster than that. It's supposed to be a switch with every beer. I just didn't want to waste a good beer, so then you don't end up with a lot of months later. It's been a while.
It's been quite a while.
So I went to Trader Joe's this last week and I picked up some Gainesville beers because it's in Tallahassee. There's some Gainesvilles in Tallahassee. This is Crane Song Japanese style lager from Cypress and Grove Brewing Company in Gainesville, Florida. Kind of a nice. Of course, you know who Spencer is if you've watched this. It's 4.5% alcohol. You want a glass or just out the can?
Just out the can. Toasty sweetness.
Toasty sweetness.
Crisp herbal finish.
Is it herbal or herbal?
Herbal.
Is the H silent? I
don't know. Depends on if you call it H or H. Ooh, that's good.
Crafted with rice. Damn. Much better than Budweiser, which is crafted with rice. Come over here a little bit. They can only see half you. There you go. Robot.
Domo arigato, Mr. Roboto.
That's right. Enjoying that. That's a good taste. The call of the crane is a harbinger of winter in Central Florida.
So,
Yes.
have you been keeping up with Deadpool 3 news?
Kind of. I mean, we all know of the outfit. You can
Yes.
find a picture
Yes.
with one of the original outfits, because there's so many.
From what I have read, this is... Marvel is going to be killing off
The Deadpool kills the Marvel Universe.
the Fox Marvel
Oh,
universe.
that'll be interesting.
Yes. So apparently we are getting a Wanda versus Jean Grey.
Really?
Yeah. We're also going to... Part of the movie is going to be taking place in... have you seen the new...
But is it Wanda from the We Know?
Yes.
Okay.
And it's Jean Grey from the
Really?
first X-Men movie.
Oh, this gonna be star-studded.
Oh, yeah. But part of it's going to be... I'm sure you've seen that they're doing the X-Men 97 cartoon.
Yes.
Part of it's going to
Which
be
was
taking
supposed
place...
to already be out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But part of the movie is taking place in the X-Men 97 universe. So
I know somebody said that Taylor Kitsch will be in there as Gambit, so that would make sense.
and so is Magic Mike.
Taylor Channing Tatum.
Yes, apparently he's making an appearance as Gambit.
So there's gonna be two Gambits.
Yeah, I guess
Yeah, because one was in the one bad Wolverine with the original Wolverine movie. That was, I think, Taylor Kitsch.
Yeah,
And then Channing was in.
he was going to play Gambit.
And he never got to.
Yeah.
Well, that's kind of like the Flash, the new Flash movie. They said there's so many blend-ins with all the universe, the shared universe, and there was even more they cut out. I'm just interested because they filmed them and cut them out. I was like, I hope you can see them on the DVD.
Well, so quick comic book trivia for you.
Uh-oh.
Name somebody that looks like the Flash, but is a villain.
Reverse Flash?
Ezra Miller.
Yeah.
He looks like the Flash, and he's a criminal.
Oh, that's a joke?
Oh, come on.
Sorry. I didn't hear the protest when he was in the Fantastic Beasts movies. You know?
Well, he wasn't doing stupid crap.
He seems like he's always been doing stupid crap. It's like if you're making money in Hollywood, you're doing stupid crap. You're really good, you don't get caught doing stupid crap.
Yeah, you pay people to cover it up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Heck yeah. So Deadpool 3 will be interesting to see how it turns out.
When it comes out.
Yes, because of course it's been delayed with all the striking.
Yes.
You know, that's going to be interesting how this all falls out with the strikes. You know, if there's stuff that they can put out, or is this going to delay everything else? Because I know, like, CBS is going to start putting Yellowstone onto their
On the network,
on the
actually,
network.
yeah.
And there was rumors that they're going to bring Discovery over. You know what I'm saying? Stuff from the Paramount will be coming over because it's like, well, we've already paid for it.
Yeah.
But then, since it wasn't streaming, will they have to pay residuals? Because technically, it would be a rerun.
Yeah.
Because it's already out, you know. SAG, answer those questions, please.
It's not syndicated. They're just streaming it to the cable network.
They'll probably have some excuse.
Yeah.
You know, not to pass another 7 cents.
Yeah.
You know, oh, the residual check of 2 pennies. When you see that, you're like, really?
There's I think I've talked about this before, but the guy that played Rufio in Peter Pan, or whatever it was, Hook. Movie Hook.
Okay. The one with Robin Williams?
Yeah.
Okay.
He does a lot of small roles, bit roles, whatever.
Okay.
But he does a thing on TikTok. It's called Residual Check Lottery.
Oh.
And he decides what he's having for dinner based off of the check that he pulls out. And it's like, it varies from Taco Bell to Ruth's Chris.
I'd still, no offense, I'd still be just going Taco Bell, saving it up. The way that they get, be like, I just had Taco Bell again.
His greatest role is still a Zuko. Avatar: The Last Airbender.
Oh, okay. I was like, you see the lost look? Never saw the cartoon or the movie.
First of all, we don't discuss the movie. Second of all, it's a series, and it's amazing.
Okay. So he's a voice.
Yes.
Okay.
You need to watch it
Oh.
with Zane. Y'all would love it.
How do I get late to my own beer? Well, there's a lot of things I need to get, He's now got through all the Ghost in the Shell movies, including the live-action movie. Now I gotta, because he watches a new one on Netflix with me. Now I need to take him through the original series after the movies. He won't watch part 2 because it's only in Japanese with subtitles, so he doesn't want to pay that much attention because I can't find an English dubbed version.
Make your own.
You'd think they would, because that's my favorite anime is Ghost in the Shell. And when they did the Scarlett Johansson movie, you could get a version in Japan with the actual actors from the movie. So they would seem some familiar voices,
Yeah.
I was like, why couldn't you just do that for part 2?
Guest star.
Potato. Guest potato.
Oh.
So what else has been now?
You know what? Hollywood, if you need some scabs to star in some movies.
Oh. Damn it.
Just saying. We're your guys.
I don't know. I don't want to be called a scab, though.
But money.
How about... I don't know. It's a hard thing. I don't want to... Because, there are a lot of people like, we're not going to deal with these people afterwards, and then we'll be out of it. You want to be on both sides, You want to be paid, and you don't want to upset people. Depends on how much you're offering.
Yes. Give us an offer.
Don't lowball us.
We'll think about it.
We need to get Kyle in here, because Kyle never... We need to get... Kyle will never show up for an episode. He went out to dinner with us once.
One time.
Scab.
Come on, Kyle. I know you're watching.
Come on, Kyle. I mean, literally, come on, Kyle. But, so what other things are we...
It's an insider.
Yeah, I know. I kind of know what that inside joke is without referring to that inside joke. I know. We're not talking about new stuff. We don't review stuff, really. Some people get about reviewing. It's like, whatever. I don't get paid money to review a movie anyway. Have you seen anything recently? We finally saw Guardians of the Galaxy 3. Loved it.
Haven't seen it yet.
It's going to be coming out in August.
That's what we're waiting for, is for streaming.
Yeah, I just couldn't wait because I really wanted to see it.
Let's see. We've been watching, we've been watching some different comedies. We watched Game Night. I don't know if you've seen that. With, what's that guy's name?
Is it Steve Carell?
No.
I think we watched it years ago. It's an older one.
It is. We hadn't seen it, and so...
and we talked about it. We were at dinner. You talked about you watched Vacation Friends
Mm-hmm.
with John Cena, which is freaking hilarious.
They're making a second one of those, by the way.
Really?
Yeah.
I did not think I would like that as much as I do.
Jason Bateman.
Oh, Jason Bateman
Yeah.
for Game Night?
Yeah.
I haven't seen that then. I saw Steve Carell one something night. Maybe it was something.
That was
Is it
Date Night?
Date Night?
Yeah.
But the Vacation Friends was hilarious.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what I was trying to say earlier is I think Cena and Batista, as you go wrestling stars, are going to... I know they don't want to hear it because everyone loves The Rock, and I like The Rock too, but you got to play different parts.
Yeah.
And they just announced, in the middle of the strike, he signed a deal to do Red One with Amazon for $50 million, making him the highest ever for one movie. And then they were like, well, the second highest was Will Smith. When Will Smith did King Richard, they got $40 million. Oh. And then when he did Emancipation on Apple TV, he got $35 million. I'm like, this is why the Fantastic Four movie has not even started, because they had 4 stars and each one wanted $20 million. And I'm like, why can't you be like RDJ? He signed on for like $6 million plus residuals and royalties or whatever. And it's like, it's going to sell. If you go for less, they're going to have more of a budget to make it look better.
Yeah.
When you're paying so much for the actors, I think that's what happened in Ant-Man Quantumania, is you had so many people you had to pay that you lost some of that, especially with a crappy MODOK, which was utterly ridiculous.
Yeah.
I mean, that was the stupidest. You're looking at things with $200 million budgets, which look like crap, because you have to pay everyone in the movie this amount or this amount or this amount.
Well, here's an idea. I'm just gonna throw this out there, Marvel, but not every one of your movies has to have multiple heroes from the Avengers in it.
Yeah. You don't have to. Hey, I'm still waiting for the Eternals to show up again. It's like, you know what I'm saying though? Is like, you've got this giant hand at the end of Eternals.
Yeah.
Which I think they've talked about in one thing. It's like, I don't know. They've lost their mojo. You had all these 3 phases into 4, whatever, that were great.
Yeah.
And they didn't put everyone in every movie.
So, what's his name? Kit Harington?
Yes, they've totally wrote him out or something.
Yeah, he said he's not coming back for any Marvel movies.
Yeah, he was supposed to be the Black Knight.
And then, the Blade movie, which keeps blinking in and out of existence.
Yeah. That's because we're crossing universes.
Yeah.
It's the Berenstein Bears
yeah.
thing,
Apparently, latest I saw, Norman Reedus is going to be in it as Ghost Rider. Which I'm
for that.
Yeah, but give me the freaking Blade movie.
Yeah. Why? Well, that's what. Who was it? They were talking about with Superman Legacy. Have you seen the other people who've been signed up for Superman Legacy? Because you've got your Lois, you've got your Clark. I don't know if they got Lex yet.
So last thing I saw was that they wanted. Who's the dude? It'll come to me in a minute.
Yeah, but he's going for lesser known people, so it can help the budget. You got good actors who don't cost a lot; they can help a budget, and then they can build their name up.
Yeah.
But they've got Guy Gardner cast.
Yeah.
Nathan Fillion.
Yeah, that's.
Which is going to be like, I like it, but I don't know if I like it. I hope I will, because he's amazing and everything.
Yeah.
But it also makes you wonder, because remember they were going to do a Galactic, a Green Lantern show, which, what was it? It was originally going to be Guy Gardner, and now they changed it to, wasn't it Hal and Jon Stewart?
Yeah.
It's like, is he going to guest star in that too, if they're going to bring him in? Because Guy.
Well, they said, I was actually looking forward to that Green Lantern, because they were like, it's going to be like
Intergalactic cop movie or something.
Yeah, they said
series.
They compared it to True Detective, and I was like,
that'd be amazing.
Bro, Daniel Craig as Lex Luthor.
That'd be awesome, but I don't know if they would blow the budget.
Yeah.
I mean, have you watched Lois and Clark with Michael Cudlitz as Luthor yet in season 3? Mm-hmm. Final 2 episodes. And he's great. He's fantastic. But it's also weird because you're used to seeing Lex in a suit and tie, and he's not a suit and tie Lex and Luthor. But he is the evil, smart Lex Luthor, and he fits that to a T. It'll be interesting what they do in season 4, because it's going to be they've cleared, I think, 10 episodes.
Yeah.
But they're only keeping the base people, like the extended people, like Steel, his daughter, the father-in-law. They're only keeping like the base 5 plus Lex Luthor. And they wanted them to sign a contract so they could bring him in, but they didn't want to sign him for the whole season.
Yeah.
To save money. And it's like, for the small budget that it is, I really like Superman and Lois.
I've seen some. We haven't been able to watch it, but I've seen some clips, and I'm like, okay, I like, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's really good for the budget.
I don't know. I just see Hollywood as we know it kind of collapsing.
It's gonna
Because I don't think
because these rich CEOs are gonna be like, well, we'll just let them starve.
Mm-hmm.
They don't give a crap.
Did you see that? So they had them. They were striking outside of one of the studios.
And they cut all the trees.
Trees?
Yeah, I'm like, and now it's being investigated by the state to see if that's even legal. It's like, God,
That is a new level of pettiness.
Yeah, this is like people are calling oil barons.
Yeah.
It's like, you don't agree with them, but you don't do this. It's just,
Yeah.
I don't know. Sorry, but we'll come back. We'll share another beer.
Yeah.
Share some more thoughts. My guest star, he's the preacher and a cowboy.
I'm Justified.
There you go. Oh, hey, that new season just started on FX.
Yep.
Primeval.
Can't wait. I love the first series of
I
Justified.
love it. It's my one of my top 5 shows. What we got? What you choose?
Brown beer. What do you see?
That was in my fridge.
Yeah. What's in the
Alright.
back?
I don't even remember what I picked up.
Trying to find the
percentage?
Yeah.
Did you find it? What brewing company is it? It's Hourglass Brewing.
Hourglass Brewing from Longwood, Florida.
Ooh.
I don't see it on. Oh wait, hold on. It's got a game on here.
Oh.
You gotta find stuff on the can.
Oh, doggone. I don't want to do that right now. I want to drink.
Yeah, I don't see it on here.
So I'm thinking it's a brown ale since it's brown bear.
They want you to guess.
Yeah, look, it's got the brown color, so. He had cowboy boots on, and he goes, I got a hat in the truck. I've never seen him with either.
I don't have the truck yet. It's cool.
Yeah. Hopefully with this week of Jason Aldean, you're not a Jason Aldean fan.
I didn't see anything wrong with the video. I watched it.
Really? You didn't read about all this stuff?
Oh, I read all this stuff, and a lot of the people were reading their own opinions into the video.
I just think nowadays you got to pay attention to these things.
I think he got a lot of free marketing for him.
He did.
So-
He got a lot. In the last month, I'm going to say these things, free marketing, and it can go either way. The Flash,
Yeah.
free marketing, got buried. The Sound of Freedom,
Yeah.
free marketing, and suddenly that movie I never heard of.
I'd heard about it before it came out.
I had no interest. I didn't hear about it. I like Caviezel, but the interviews he's doing now is just like, and then Jason Aldean. I've never been a Jason Aldean fan, but like you're saying, free marketing.
Yeah.
Because you're gonna have people who are gonna hate it, and then you have people who are gonna stand by it. But
Tastes good. It's got a balance of chocolate and honey malts.
definitely tastes the honey there. That's very good.
Mm-hmm.
Did you ever find a percentage?
I did not. Maybe you'd have a better...
No, but I shouldn't be pregnant while drinking. They live on Ronald Reagan Boulevard. Wow. Oh, yeah. Are you trying to get some more?
Oh, no, you were like going to spill it out, so I was
Oh.
like, well, I'll catch
Yeah,
it.
it's an English style brown ale. It does not say. I'll have to look it up when I use Untapped. Untapped is a great app.
So,
Market us, yes. Anyway,
video games. You got any video games you've been playing recently, or you're waiting for, or...
I've been playing the hell out of Forza Horizons. Started on 5 because I got a free game pass on the Xbox until November.
know that they know like who has it and who doesn't because
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. I got it. I got the hard drive, and it said, "Here's one free month," and I put it in there, and it said free till November, and I'm like, I'm not gonna argue that's that. If your month is a month,
I don't even know that we're paying for it, and I got it when I got my Xbox a year ago, 2 years ago.
Yeah.
And I still have it. I'm still using it. So.
but I started with Forza Horizon 5, and then they got 4 on there, and then for my birthday, they picked up 3 for me, and then we just found 2 over at Rad Junk. So they're good freaking games.
I don't mind them. I just don't get into all the like. I mean, because you can get into like deep customization.
Oh yeah.
You know.
Well, the first 2 don't seem 2 and 3. I don't think there is much from what I've seen. And 4 and 5, you know what I'm saying? They've get more, and especially 5. I just end up tuning it by. You can buy somebody else's good tuning because you can sit there and spend hours doing that.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you got the Gran Turismo movie coming out, and I was sitting there watching the preview for that, and I was just like, "This isn't the one I grew up on the original PlayStation." It was from the PS3.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, that makes sense because the PS1 was not that detailed. What's that face for?
I've watched the previews for that movie.
Yeah.
And I'm just like.
Well, it's interesting because it's based on a true story that the kid grew up and became a race car driver. He's still racing.
Oh, I didn't know it was a true story. I was watching and I was like, "You're gonna be the best, kid."
He has actually won a race here and there. He almost died in a car wreck.
I am waiting for Starfield.
Ooh, what?
Starfield. It's the same people at Bethesda that make Fallout and
Bethesda got bought, didn't they?
yeah, by Microsoft. So it's going to be on Game Pass day 1. So it's in space. So
Starfield. That sounds like a game that existed before.
It's a brand new. I'm telling you, it's a brand new.
I'm just saying, if you look up Starfield, it sounds like one that came out when Myst used to came out on the old game, MYST Myst.
Yeah.
Starfield sounds like an old game.
This is, I mean, basically what they're calling it is Fallout or Skyrim in space.
Yeah.
I mean, you get your own ship. There's 1,000 planets you can go to.
Yeah. My friend Jonathan Bell, who I've talked about before, when I got injured, he sent me No Man's Land, so I was playing that. That's very detailed. I like that. I mean, it's on Game Pass too, but it's like, well, Game Pass. And my other friend on TikTok, Lee, he sent me Red Dead Redemption 2, I think, 2. That's a good game.
That is, like, I think probably my number 1 game.
Really?
Yeah, because it's just so...
The horses, and you're riding, you got to pay attention. It's like, this is a lot of detail for a video game.
The only thing, you can ask my wife about this. So I've played it a couple times, but the last time I played it, I was like, I'm gonna do all the collectibles in the game. You know, I had everything except I needed moose skin. I needed moose skin.
Moose skin.
I could not find a freaking moose.
I
I looked everywhere. I went online and
I got stuck in a shootout. I need to go back and do it. You know what I'm saying? When you're trying to help those your survivors, and like you're hunting down these other group of people, and there's shootout going on, and it's just like I need to go back because that's what I do. Is I'll play and I get stuck, and instead of sitting there for hours and hours, I was like, okay, I'll come back in a month or 2. You know. So.
I've been playing that new Zelda game recently.
That the one that customized, you can do all the stuff in it.
Yeah. That's been pretty interesting.
Yeah.
You have to get that game. You have to get used to cheating because it's designed for you to cheat.
Really?
Yes. Because it gives you like all this stuff, and it's like there is no set way to like beat a puzzle or to beat an enemy. They just give you all this stuff, and you're like, well, if you solve the puzzle or you beat the enemy with what we give you, it doesn't matter. Like, do what you want, and like just people building robots that will defeat like the top tier enemies for them, and they just stand there and watch this thing, destroys it, and it's like, okay,
that sounds pretty cool.
Yeah,
I've heard good things about that Zelda game.
it's good.
Yeah, it's good. It's good. We sit there, and my wife's got Zane's World on. Zane Lamprey, if you don't know. This is the same gentleman who I named my son after. Who drinks. Gets to have a living
Not
going
his
to
son,
breweries.
the guy.
Yeah. Zane Lamprey. Look him up. Google him. Zane's World on YouTube. Free sponsorship, Zane. If you ever see this, come on over.
We would love to get drunk with you, sir.
Anything else right now that you can think of?
I got nothing right now.
With your, it looks like a preacher there.
Let me tell you about the gospel, son.
That's not.
I'm not the one to talk to you about that.
But we'll come back in a little bit. All right, throwing a curve at you. This is actually a craft cocktail.
Ah,
Saint Armand. It is a cognac.
I know a lot about saints.
Cognac and cola, 5% out of Hollywood, Florida. All about the Hollywood. Never had cognac. That's why I had to pick it up. I was like,
According to the ladies' man, that's how you get the ladies.
how you get the ladies?
Get a little of that cognac, take them to the back in the shack.
And that's how you get it back. Who was that? Tim Meadows?
Yeah.
The ladies' man?
Smells like Coke.
Doesn't smell like Coke. Probably tastes like Coke.
Oh. That's dangerous.
It's 5%. Like I said, we found that at Trader Joe's. Probably at other liquor places. Yeah, definitely the cognac mixes well.
Yeah.
What you got?
I'm thinking.
Working on it.
Let's see. Conversated.
You hear the interesting
Yes.
conversations over there. They've conversated. We need somebody to edit our stuff. That's what I've been talking about.
Yeah.
So we have no budget. So anyone want to volunteer for free?
We wouldn't mind coming to some sort of agreement
Yeah,
of a percentage.
we'll share alcohol with you.
Yes.
And and if we actually make money off of this, that you would get a percentage.
Yes.
Not 1%, not residuals.
No.
An actual percentage.
Yes. 2.
But you have to live in the area, so you can make us look good. See, our problem is I don't think we look good under my filming technique of simply putting a phone right there. You know.
You gotta start somewhere.
Yeah, exactly. But this is definitely dangerous. No smell, but you could just pour a Coke and people are like, what?
Yeah. Have you seen the trailer for Napoleon?
No, that's got was it Joaquin Phoenix?
Yes.
And
That
it's Ridley
looks good.
Scott.
Yeah.
Well, it's Ridley Scott. He's aged pretty good with his technique, so
Yeah.
I like a lot of his stuff. And Joaquin Phoenix is like incredible.
Yeah. He's come quite the way.
I think he needed to, when he took that break when he said he was walking away. I think he's had a good comeback.
Yeah. Trying to think if there's any like trailers that I've seen.
Well, I just showed
recently.
you the Marvels, which
Yeah.
is the San Diego Comic-Con one that just got released. What do you think? Does it look interesting?
Oh yeah, yeah. I'm gonna have to go back and watch Miss Marvel now with my daughter because she was obsessed with the first, Miss Marvel movie or the Captain Marvel. Sorry.
Yes.
No,
she doesn't know who Miss Marvel is?
No, I tried to get her to watch it with me, and she was like, "Nah."
You gotta watch also WandaVision, so you can see Monica.
Yeah.
You see the little girl from Captain Marvel growing up.
Yeah.
I think it'll be interesting. I think it's going to be better than a lot of people give it credit for. Because we have been on a slump on MCU movies.
You ain't watch anything about Ahsoka?
I've just seen the previews. We just started. I finally talked him into actually going through the Clone Wars.
Okay. So you haven't watched Rebels?
No, we've started Rebels and Clone Wars, and I'm like trying to get him back into it. Because we just went through 3 seasons of Amazing Spider-Man.
I gotta admit, like, when Rebels first came out, I avoided it because I was like, it looks very...
I know they're bringing back like all the characters except for one, from what I hear. One guy who refuses to do the character again or something.
Yes. Freddie Prinze Jr.
I don't know why. I mean, he's perfectly okay with being Fred.
You want spoilers?
Does the character die?
Yes.
Oh god.
Yeah.
So it'd be hard to bring him back.
Yeah.
That kind of makes sense.
That was his whole thing. He was like, the character died. He had a great arc, and I don't want to ruin it.
They don't think they couldn't do a Force Ghost cameo.
He already did one.
Oh, he did.
Yeah.
So did Yoda, but then Yoda came back again.
He talked to Rey
Okay.
in the last movie.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
I'll have to go back and rewatch
Yeah.
that.
He was one that talked to her
Okay.
at towards the end when all of the Jedi that were with you or whatever.
Okay.
And he actually does. You have to look it up. He does he goes on a rant about Star Wars and the Force.
Yeah.
And it's pretty interesting because he's like, I was taught by Dave Filoni, who was taught by George Lucas, and he was like, this is straight from the man himself. This is how the Force works. He goes, and if you listen to this and go back and watch everything, he goes, it will all make perfect sense.
Yeah.
It's basically...
But everyone wants to, and probably I'm probably gonna get buried for this. You know as much as me. When Star Wars, which is now A New Hope, came out, he didn't have a plan.
No.
You can watch it. Like you've told me, his Starkiller was originally Luke.
Yeah.
And now they brought him in and Unleashed as a totally different character.
Yeah.
You know, you can hear some of it. They're like, they had to fix it. And people like Dave Filoni, who really took it seriously, I mean, and even John Favreau takes it really seriously. And they're like, oh, you know, Dave Filoni is, when you learn of all the love he has, he's like, we're going to do this and this. It is still a shame, though, because you had a lot of readers of the books. And they had the arcs that were meant to follow. And when Disney purchased the rights, they were like...
Yeah.
You know, and that angered quite a few fans. I mean, did they do a terrible job? Not really, but they could have used all this material to do this.
I'm going to hold my judgment on terrible job until the next movie comes out, because I've already been reading about what they have
the
planned.
new Jedi thing with Rey.
Where she's like the leader of the new temple, which that's not my problem. My problem is apparently in this movie she's pregnant with Kylo Ren's Force baby.
Force baby.
Yes.
That's
what.
I'm just hoping they let Finn come in and be, because you know Finn is adjacent to the Force. You know that's why he was able. A lot of people didn't understand that at Force. When I heard about people picking up lightsabers and stuff, and that's what they picked apart. But then when you see, you know, the connection that he does have something.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's a shame they didn't start that by the end of the movie.
Yeah.
Because it would give a lot of people hope that, hey, they can be better.
Yeah.
You know, just like The Last Jedi, a lot of people hate it. You either like it or you hate it.
Yeah.
There's not an in-between middle ground.
The only one I didn't like, and it was part of the movie, was I think it was the second in the newest trilogy.
Yeah,
where they were running from the First Order fleet or whatever.
Yeah.
And it was like, I don't know. It was just, to me, it was dumb, because if you like. They're like, oh my god, there's a planet. And it was like, you didn't see that the whole time. You weren't even going at light speed.
Not just that. The thing, okay, who is Snoke? Is Snoke a Palpatine clone?
There is an answer for that, and I don't remember.
Rey is an offshoot of a Palpatine clone.
Yeah.
So it's like everything on this side is a Palpatine clone.
Yeah.
And it's like, you had Thrawn here, you have all these other... And it's like, all you want to do is offshoot Palpatine. And it's like, come on.
He's coming back. Thrawn is, so...
Well, I hope so. I mean, Ahsoka, isn't he?
Yeah, so...
It's going to be interesting, because let's get away from Palpatine. He's just... I mean, we lost Vader. We could have gone so much more. You have these characters they could have brought in, but it meant, like I said, with Filoni, they're bringing these characters in.
Yeah.
You know, which makes it... I mean, I love... We watched The Bad Batch, now we're going back and watching... And, like, in the... I think, whatever episode when we were, like... they had one of the troopers, and it was like Echo, and I was like, "That's got to be Echo, the Bad Batch." You know, he just hasn't got to that point.
Yeah.
You know, so it's going to be interesting for us to go through that since we love the Bad Batch so much.
Yeah. Yeah, like how far are y'all into Clone Wars?
6 or 7.
Episodes? Or?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
We're not far into it at all.
Okay.
I mean, he had started it, but without me, and then he had to go back, like the first 2 episodes. And
So I'm hoping, actually, so one of the characters they're bringing back in Ahsoka was introduced in Clone Wars. He's like an ancient droid from like the High Republic.
I've heard about that, yeah.
And he was voiced by David Tennant.
Oh.
And so I'm hoping that he's going to be the voice. We'll see. But
Well, they had that one character they're bringing in there, and I guess he's a Sith or something that is played by now passed away. What's his name? Stevenson.
so he's actually a Jedi who becomes a bounty hunter.
Okay.
That's what. But they were saying here's where a lot of people are like getting up in arms, but you got to wait and watch to find out what they're doing. Ahsoka is going to supposedly have more Jedi in it than anything else before.
And we swore there was only so many.
Yeah, so they're supposed to explain where all these Jedi were, why they weren't wiped out, but we'll see. But it's supposed to have some pretty epic like lightsaber battles and stuff in it.
Are we ever gonna have Cal Kestis? He's my favorite Jedi, the Ginger Jedi.
Yeah.
You know.
Will there be a poncho? I'm hoping that they'll bring him in at some point because they created a really decent story with both of them.
Yes.
So
that's the whole thing.
Yeah.
And you got BD-1, freaking
Mhm.
awesome robot droid.
So there's been some question about in the Mandalorian when he goes to see the mechanic.
There was a BD.
Yeah, and they were like, "Is that Cal's BD-1 or what's going on with that?"
Yeah, don't tease us.
Yeah.
That's the whole thing is, like, people are worried which direction the Mandalorian was going to go into. Like, people are questioning, like Lucas with his original thing is with Grogu. The popularity, was he supposed to actually be in it this much?
Yeah.
You know?
Well, what's his name? Din Djarin, the actor.
Oh, God. Get me drinking and remembering names. Anyway.
He's talked about stepping away from the Mandalorian and passing it over to Katie Sackhoff.
Oh, Bo-Katan?
Yeah. So, I mean...
We'll see.
I don't want that.
I don't either.
You know,
it's a totally
she
different
has
character.
she has her role and she's awesome, but he's the reason people watch it. You know, he's that kind of anti-hero kind of,
But
doesn't
it's
like
going to be
talk much.
interesting to Grogu if he's going to grow up to be a Mandalorian Jedi.
I don't know. We'll see.
We'll see.
Yeah. So.
Hey. If Yoda and Yaddle would have got together, maybe.
Maybe they did.
Maybe they did.
There's a.
That's a horse baby.
There's that guy I was telling you about on TikTok, Mesa Windu or whatever his name is. He's got one where he was like, the Jedi Code says you can't have attachments. He's like, but there is nothing against it saying they can't it's like beat cheeks and then be like, well, sorry, I can't make attachments, gotta go.
That's right. The Jedi are the ultimate ghosters. I use the Force.
If you want a commitment, you should have got with a Sith.